Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Miss Dina English. I'm Dina, and I'm so happy you're here with us today.
And I'm Tom. It's always a pleasure to spend some time with you. Maybe you're relaxing at home, driving to work, walking outside, or enjoying a quiet cup of coffee.
Wherever you are, thank you for choosing to learn English with us. Today, we're going to have a conversation about something that many people do without thinking, but it can completely change the results they get in life.
That's right. Today we're talking about a simple idea with a powerful message. Never share your plan.
At first, this advice may sound strange. After all, people often tell us that sharing our goals keeps us motivated.
And sometimes that can be true. But there are also situations where talking too much about your plans can actually make it harder to achieve them.
We'll explore this idea together, using natural English that is comfortable for B1 and B2 learners.
We won't rush, and we won't use difficult vocabulary without explaining it. Just relax and enjoy the conversation.
Remember, you don't need to understand every single word. Focus on the meaning, and your listening skills will improve little by little.
Before we begin, we'd like to ask you a simple question.
Think about this while you listen. Is there something important you want to achieve this year that very few people know about?
Maybe you're learning a new skill.
Maybe you're saving money for something special.
Maybe you're planning to change your career.
Or maybe you're quietly working on becoming a better version of yourself.
Whatever your answer is, keep it in your mind because it connects directly to today's topic.
Tom, have you ever noticed how exciting it feels when you have a new idea?
Oh yes, sometimes the excitement is so strong that I immediately want to tell someone.
Exactly. You feel inspired, motivated, and full of energy.
You imagine the future and everything seems possible.
Then you call a friend or send a message saying, "I have a great idea."
And your friend says, "Wow, that's amazing."
Suddenly, you feel even happier.
But here's the interesting question. Did anything actually happen?
That's a very good point. Usually the answer is no.
The project hasn't started.
The work hasn't been done.
Nothing has changed except that people now know about your idea.
And sometimes that's exactly where the problem begins.
Today, we're not saying you should never ask for advice or never work with other people.
Not at all. Teamwork and good advice are valuable.
What we're discussing is something different.
We're talking about announcing your plans too early.
Before you've built habits.
Before you've made progress.
Before your actions become stronger than your words.
I think we've all experienced this at least once.
Definitely. Let me tell you about something that happened a few years ago.
I'd love to hear it.
I decided I wanted to get into better shape. I bought new running shoes, watched exercise videos, and created a weekly schedule.
That sounds like a great beginning.
I thought so too. I was extremely excited.
Let me guess, you told everyone?
Almost everyone. My friends, my family, even some coworkers.
And what did they say?
They were very supportive. They told me I was going to do great.
That must have felt encouraging.
It did. In fact, I felt proud before I had even gone for my first run.
That's interesting.
Looking back, I realized something surprising. The compliments made me feel as if I had already achieved part of my goal.
Even though the real work hadn't started yet.
Exactly.
So what happened after that?
During the first week, I ran twice.
That's not bad.
Then work became busy.
A common problem.
Then it rained for several days.
Another excuse.
After that, I simply stopped.
But everyone still remembered your announcement.
Yes, and that made the situation uncomfortable.
People probably asked, "How's your running going?"
Exactly.
And what did you say?
I smiled and said, "I'll start again next week."
We've all said something like that before.
More than once.
So, what did you learn from that experience?
I learned that excitement and commitment are not the same thing.
That's an important difference.
Excitement is an emotion.
But commitment is a decision that continues even after the excitement disappears.
And emotions change very quickly.
Some mornings you wake up feeling motivated.
Other mornings, you don't feel like doing anything.
But if your actions depend only on motivation, your progress becomes unpredictable.
That's why habits are stronger than feelings.
I completely agree.
Dina, have you ever shared a plan too early?
Yes, I have, and it taught me a valuable lesson.
What happened?
Several years ago, I wanted to improve my public speaking skills.
That's a wonderful goal.
I was so excited that I talked about it all the time.
Did you join a speaking club?
Not immediately.
Did you practice every day?
Honestly, no.
So you spent more time talking about the plan than following it.
Exactly. I realized I enjoyed describing my future more than building it.
That's a sentence worth remembering.
It wasn't easy to admit.
But it's very honest.
Then one day I stopped making announcements.
What changed?
Instead of telling people what I wanted to do, I quietly scheduled practice sessions.
Without talking about them?
Yes,
Did it feel different?
very different. At first, it felt strange because nobody was encouraging me.
So the motivation had to come from inside.
Exactly.
Was that difficult?
Sometimes.
But also more real?
Much more real.
Because every small improvement belonged to you.
Yes, I wasn't collecting compliments anymore. I was collecting experience.
I really like that comparison.
The strange thing was that after a few months, people started noticing my progress without me saying anything.
That's much more satisfying.
It really is.
There's an old idea that actions speak louder than words.
And today's topic fits that perfectly.
Instead of speaking first and acting later, perhaps we should act first and speak only when the results begin to appear.
Of course, this doesn't mean becoming secretive or refusing help. It simply means protecting your energy while your dream is still small.
A young plant needs protection before it becomes a strong tree.
That's a beautiful image.
In the same way, a new goal often needs quiet time before it becomes part of your identity.
So instead of asking everyone to believe in your plan, maybe the first person who needs to believe is you.
And belief becomes much stronger when it is supported by daily action instead of daily conversation.
That's where real confidence begins, not in what we promise, but in what we repeatedly do.
We've been talking about why sharing your plans too early can sometimes slow you down instead of helping you. Now let's look at this idea in everyday life.
Yes, because this doesn't only happen with big dreams, it also happens with small goals that seem simple at the beginning.
For example, imagine someone decides to learn English seriously.
They're excited. They buy new books, download language apps, and tell everyone, this year I'll become fluent.
Their friends congratulate them and say, "That's fantastic. Your English will be amazing soon."
For a moment, it feels wonderful.
But after a few weeks, real life begins.
Work becomes busy.
Family responsibilities appear.
Some lessons feel difficult.
Progress becomes slower than expected.
Then something interesting happens.
Instead of quietly continuing, many people begin feeling embarrassed because everyone already knows about their goal.
They think people are expecting results.
That pressure can make learning less enjoyable.
Instead of focusing on improvement, they're worrying about what other people think.
And that's a heavy feeling to carry.
Sometimes the quiet path is the easier path.
Quiet doesn't mean lonely.
It simply means your energy stays focused on the work instead of the attention.
I like that distinction.
Me too.
Tom, let's imagine two different people.
Okay, let's call them Alex and Sarah.
Alex tells everyone about every new idea.
New business, new fitness plan, new hobby, new project.
Every week, there's another exciting announcement.
People begin saying, here comes another plan.
Not because they dislike Alex.
But because they've heard many ideas before.
Now let's look at Sarah.
Sarah is different,
She doesn't hide everything.
but she prefers working quietly.
Months pass.
Then one day she says, I finished my course.
Or, I started my small business.
Or I lost 10 kilograms.
People are surprised.
They ask, when did this happen?
She smiles and says, I've been working on it for a while.
Which person do you think leaves a stronger impression?
Usually the person with results.
Because results speak clearly without needing many explanations.
There's another reason some people talk too much about their plans.
What's that?
They hope talking will make the dream feel more real.
And that's understandable.
We all enjoy encouragement,
Of course.
but encouragement should support action.
It shouldn't replace action.
That's an important difference.
Imagine you're building a house.
You wouldn't invite everyone to celebrate after laying only one brick.
Exactly.
You would probably wait until the house actually exists.
Goals work in a similar way.
Build first.
Celebrate later.
Tom, have you noticed something else?
What's that?
Sometimes people don't criticize your plan.
They don't?
No.
Sometimes they accidentally distract you. That's true.
You tell someone about your project.
They become excited.
Then they start giving dozens of ideas.
You should do this.
No, try this instead.
Have you thought about this?
Soon, you're no longer following your own vision.
You're trying to satisfy everyone's opinion,
And that's exhausting.
especially at the beginning, when your confidence is still growing.
A young idea is fragile.
Just like a small flame.
Too much wind can put it out.
But if you protect it, the flame becomes stronger.
Eventually, it doesn't need as much protection.
That's a great comparison.
Thank you.
Another question people often ask is, when should I share my goal?
That's a very practical question.
There isn't one perfect answer.
But many successful people wait until they've created consistent action,
In other words, they already have proof that they're committed.
not just excited.
Exactly.
Excitement comes and goes.
Discipline stays.
Let's explain that word because it's useful.
Discipline means doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like doing it.
It doesn't mean being perfect.
It means returning to your habit again and again.
That's why discipline creates confidence.
Every time you keep a promise to yourself, your trust in yourself becomes stronger.
And self-trust is much more valuable than praise from other people.
Because it's always with you.
Exactly.
Dina, what if someone really needs advice?
That's different.
How so?
Sharing your plan with one experienced person is not the same as announcing it to everyone.
You're looking for guidance, not attention.
Right.
Choosing the right person is very important.
Someone who listens carefully.
Someone who asks thoughtful questions.
Someone who wants you to succeed instead of simply reacting with excitement.
Sometimes one honest mentor is more valuable than 100 compliments.
I completely agree.
Another useful habit is keeping a private journal.
That's an excellent idea.
Instead of telling everyone your progress, write it down.
You can record what you learned today,
What was difficult?
what became easier.
What you'll do tomorrow.
After a few months, you'll have something wonderful.
A record of real progress.
Reading old pages can remind you how far you've come.
That's much more motivating than remembering old conversations.
Exactly.
So perhaps the goal isn't to become silent forever.
No, not at all.
The goal is to let your work become louder than your words.
Because when people finally notice your progress, you won't need to convince them.
Your actions will tell the story for you.
We've talked about protecting your plans, focusing on your actions, and choosing carefully when to share your goals. Now let's discuss one final idea that brings everything together.
Yes, because keeping your plans private isn't really about hiding from people.
It's about building something strong before asking the world to notice it.
I think that's an important difference.
Imagine a builder who spends every day talking about a house but never picks up a hammer.
Eventually, people stop listening.
Now imagine another builder who quietly works every day.
Month after month.
One day, people walk by and see a beautiful house standing there.
They don't need a long explanation.
The house explains everything,
Results have their own language.
and that language is understood everywhere.
Dina, do you think social media has made this topic even more important?
I do.
Why?
Because today, it's very easy to share every idea immediately.
We can post our goals in seconds.
Sometimes before we've even started.
There's nothing wrong with sharing happy moments.
Of course not.
But sometimes we confuse posting with progressing.
That's a sentence worth thinking about.
progress happens in your daily routine.
not in the number of people who know your plans.
Another thing I've noticed is that people often compare themselves with others.
Yes, comparison can become another distraction.
You start with your own dream.
Then you see someone else's success online.
Suddenly, you question your own direction.
Or you begin changing your plan every week.
That's exhausting.
Very exhausting.
Instead of asking, what is everyone else doing?
You can ask, what is my next step?
That's a much calmer question.
It keeps your attention where it belongs.
On your own journey.
And every journey looks different.
Some people move quickly.
Others move slowly.
But moving slowly doesn't mean you're failing.
As long as you're moving in the right direction, you're making progress.
That's something many learners need to hear.
Especially when learning English.
Absolutely.
Some students become discouraged because they don't improve as fast as they expected.
But language learning is a long journey.
One conversation.
One podcast.
One new word.
One small improvement at a time.
Those small steps may seem ordinary today.
But after a year, they become something extraordinary.
That's the quiet power of consistency.
Before we finish, let's review some useful vocabulary from today's conversation.
The first word is commitment.
Commitment means continuing to do something because you've decided it's important.
For example, learning English requires commitment.
Our next word is discipline.
Discipline means doing the right thing even when you don't feel motivated.
You could say, discipline helped me practice every day.
Another useful word is distraction.
A distraction is something that takes your attention away from what matters.
For example, my phone became a distraction while I was studying.
We also use the word consistent.
Consistent means doing something regularly over a long period of time.
She is consistent because she reads English every evening.
Another important word is progress.
Progress means moving forward or improving little by little.
Even small progress is still progress.
We also talked about confidence.
Confidence is the belief that you can do something successfully.
Real confidence usually grows from experience, not from talking.
Finally, we used the word mentor.
A mentor is an experienced person who gives guidance and helpful advice.
A good mentor encourages you to improve instead of simply praising your ideas.
Here's a simple listening challenge for you.
Choose one word from today's episode.
Then make your own sentence using that word.
If you'd like, write your sentence in the comments.
We'd love to read it.
Before we say goodbye, we'd like you to think about one final question.
What's one goal you're quietly working on right now?
You don't have to tell the whole world.
You don't even have to tell us.
Instead, ask yourself one simple question.
What small action can I take today?
Maybe it's reading one page,
Practicing English for 10 minutes.
writing one paragraph.
Or simply beginning.
Remember, the strongest plans are often built in silence.
Let your habits become stronger than your announcements.
Let your progress become louder than your promises.
And when the time is right, your results will speak for themselves.
Thank you so much for spending your time with us today.
We hope this conversation helped you improve your English and gave you something meaningful to think about.
If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to keep practicing a little every day.
Small, consistent steps can create amazing changes over time.
Take care of yourself, stay curious, and keep learning.
We'll see you in the next episode of Miss Dina English.